So what's going on with Cathie Wood? Yesterday, she pulled 43 sell orders in a single day. She literally did a Pablo Escobar on everybody, selling everything from Roblox, DraftKings, Tesla, Palantir, Shopify, Twitter. The lady was on a rampage. Now, I have a few theories how this went long. And basically, there's 4 options here. Number 1, Cathie dove off. Her head hit the keyboard and it absolutely went through the list of stocks selling everything. Option number 2, they let one of the interns near the keyboard. Option number 3, she had a really powerful sneeze, when you the head kicks back and shit. And when she came back, her hands just everything sold. Or, which is my most likely and serious option, the cleaning lady was cleaning, the office cleaning lady, right? She was cleaning the keyboard and she basically was going over the keys and she sold everything. Now, jokes aside, I don't know exactly what happened as far as the cleaning lady, but here's the serious answer. So you might hear a lot of FUD today with everything that happened yesterday with the ARK funds and Cathie Wood, but none of it is actually true. If you actually look at the numbers, you're going to find out that this was a very minuscule sale. It sounds like a lot. 43 companies, everything's for sale, right? Duffel bag, grab the money, grab the passports. Not really. And you know what? You don't have to take my word for it. Go company by company and check this out. For example, she sold 23,500 shares of Tesla. Sounds like a lot. Tesla is an expensive stock. Only problem is she owns about 2 million shares. Not significant. She sold 150,000 shares of Palantir. Sounds like a lot. Only problem is she owns 23.5 million shares of Palantir. None of this is significant. Even if you tally up all the sales, that's about 0.5% of her entire fund, about 0.5%, and I'm being generous here. Now, the thing is that Cathie is down 22% this year. The fund is not doing so well. However, last year, she did 150%. Now, there's a few things she needs to do before the end of the year, and that's why she sold on December 27th. First of all, she can actually create losses this year and use them to offset previous year gains. It's called carry back. You can take losses you accumulated NOLs this year and apply them against profits you had in the previous year and get cash, immediate tax credit from the IRS, which is exactly what she's doing here. She's using these losses to basically get some back from all the tax they paid last year. Now, the other thing is you have to understand how her fund works. Her fund has a structural tax flaw. She never gets any of the losses because of the way she operates. So the fund always buys stock and starts selling when the price keeps going up. So the more the price keeps going up, the more they're selling to balance. That creates gains, taxable income. However, when the fund is at a loss position and the stock is losing ground and becoming cheaper and cheaper, they buy more. They don't sell. So they don't materialize losses ever. So by definition, the way the fund works, they always pay taxes for gains, never materialize losses. And her taking a little bit of losses before the end of the year is just to offset that just a little bit by 0.5% of her fund. Not a big deal. So be careful of the FUD you may hear in mainstream media. Now, I do want to give a shout out to Dan Ives from Wedbush. He just reiterated his price target, 1,400 to 1,800. He was one of the first guys to be on board with me. And speaking of Elon, it seems that he's in hot water in China again, and not because of Tesla this time. Believe it or not, it's SpaceX and Starlink. How the hell? Well, check this out. This is a crazy story. So reports are coming out in China, basically saying that one of his satellites, the SpaceX Starlink satellites, almost hit a Chinese space station, causing the space station to take evasive maneuvers to avoid this fucking massive Starlink satellite going towards them. I can only imagine how this must have played out. Captain Oh Fuck and his first officer, Bing Bang Dang, basically looking and, hey, Captain, there's a huge cinder block flying towards. You think we should move? It's like, well, we have to ask the Chinese government for permission to move the spaceship. Obviously, nothing happened and no collision happened. And I can already see how Elon would have reacted to this on Twitter. He's like, we just wanted to give you a kiss, mother lover. He probably wouldn't even take this seriously. However, in China, people on the Chinese Twitter are going crazy, basically saying SpaceX and Starlink are a danger to humanity. Yes, the company that is trying to bring internet to the wilderness is the danger to humanity, not the country that's trampling over human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, any sort of freedom, basically. That's the danger to humanity. I mean, if death by irony was possible. This mother lover who put this on the Chinese Twitter would have been probably RIP. Now, talking about RIP, the CDC came out with new regulation that you have to wear masks indoor.
Now, at the end of that time, the CDC says it's okay to return to normal activities, but it says people should mask everywhere, even at home. Yeah, that's not happening.
Well, basically, it seems like they have, or at least to some extent. The problem is they have no idea who they're freaking with, because my grandpa took that shit so seriously. He's now showering in his mask. Please, the CDC, can you tell my grandpa it's okay to shower without a mask? It's getting out of control here. Now, shout out to all the channel members, all the patrons. Thank you so much. Shout out to Cathie Wood and ARK Invest. And if you want to watch my video breaking down what's the next move for inflation, I'm going to put it right here. Also, subscribe for New Year's right here. We'll see you tomorrow.